I'm Zoe Delahunty-Light, and in my quest to keep all of us alive for longer in Sons of the Forest, I have built, seen Kelvin and cannibals destroy, and mourned a number of bases, but all that pain is being put to a good use, as now I'm bringing you these Sons of the Forest building tips. I'm starting this with technically not a building tip, but I don't care, as it's quick and it might help someone. So, opening your survival guide stops you mid-slide. If luck is on your side, you may be able to build something to stop you from sliding into a whole lot of damage. This is perhaps the best tip in this whole video, and I really hope it doesn't get patched out, but you can make floating houses in the middle of a lake or in the ocean that will last all seasons, as long as you start and finish it in the winter. When the lake or your chosen body of water is frozen in winter, you can actually build right on top of the ice without any underwater reinforcements. Come spring, the ice will melt, yet your base will still be standing in the water and provide a precious bastion against mutants and cannibals alike. It really does work. Cannibals and mutants can't swim at all, so as soon as cannibals fall into the water, they drown, as I saw happen multiple times. Make sure to build a snaking path to your main structure on the ice, as enemies love taking shortcuts. Having a lot of corners on the way up to your base provokes cannibals to try and jump over the corners, and, bless them, their balance isn't great, so more often than not they'll end up in the water and perish. Just note that these bases become a lot riskier in winter, as mutants and cannibals can walk on the ice to get to your base, so you will want to plan for that. But you'd usually have to deal with that all year round, so in my book it's still a plus. And by the way, bone armor can be shot off, and that's a tip you may need when it's winter time. Instead of using the small animal traps which cannibals and mutants can knock over, I'd like to give a shout out to Liam Neiron for recommending the fly swatter traps in the comments to my Sons of the Forest Advanced Tips video. Not only do these traps hurt cannibals and mutants, but they'll deal enough damage to kill small animals outright as well, so you get a 2-in-1 deal there. This works better than you'd expect because critters in Sons of the Forest have path mapping, just like mutants and cannibals, as well as Virginia and Kelvin. Now, the very cool and useful thing is that all of that mapping is the same in Sons of the Forest, which means that if you observe the paths that the animals take, you can actually plan where to set up your traps to also catch mutants and cannibals in the main thoroughfares. Make sure to set traps in front of rocks as well, because cannibals will jump up on there to take a gander at you and then jump down and set them off. The slapstickness of it all brings me such joy. A good way to tell whether the strategy is working for you is to see which traps are being set off and then move them around to get them in the optimum position, but yep, target rocks and the entryway to your base for sure. Pointed sticks, unlike fruit, are important things to defend yourself against, and you can 100% use them against mutants. You can construct a sharpened stick wall tight to your main defensive wall if you're tricksy, like me. Usually you'd need to be in between the sticks and the wall to sharpen the sticks so they're pointing outwards. However, you can actually sharpen the sticks through your main wall. Stand to the inner side of the main wall, get right up close to it, and you'll be able to see the arrow that indicates you're able to sharpen the sticks. Use this to chop the pointed sticks, producing stakes to protect the wall that's protecting your base. By keeping the sticks close to the base of your main wall, you can dissuade cannibals from attacking specific sections of your wall, thereby directing them to a bottleneck where you can wait with weapons. Oh, and obviously make sure to reinforce the pointed sticks with rocks. An alternate way to do a pointed stick wall is to intentionally leave a person-sized gap between the two walls, with the pointed sticks on the outside, obviously. When mutants arrive to attack, especially caterpillars, You can get in the gap between the wall and the sticks and act as tasty bait, leading enemies to impale themselves in an effort to get to you. Caterpillars are especially vulnerable to this as so much of their body is used to move. Heads up though, I did find out the hard way that caterpillars can glitch through walls, so just be careful of that. Ziplines are the Sons of the Forest's equivalent to fast travel, as once they're set up, you can go both up and down them. The Sons of the Forest is very generous with your hitbox when it comes to tree collisions too, as I found out. You can attach logs to ziplines and send them down to your base, and as logs sort themselves out if thrown into log holders, make sure you build a log holder at the end of the zipline to automatically sort them too. I read online that some people have had success using ziplines and logs as a makeshift remote ram to damage whatever's at the other end of the zipline, like cannibals, but I couldn't recreate that, so do take it with a pinch of salt. No rope gun? No worries. In the early stages of Sons of the Forest, I recommend building your base downstream from a river, as this will make logging a lot easier, even without ziplines. You can dam the river up in front of your base, do some logging upstream, then throw the logs downstream for quick transportation to your base. Make sure to watch out for waterfalls though, as they will block the route up because logs can't seem to quite get over that rock ledge they have. Plus, if you build log storage by the dam, they might be automatically sorted into the log holders. I tested out a couple of historical gates before the defense wall gate was patched into Sons of the Forest, and instead of chalking that up to wasted time, it was actually pretty useful. It became pretty obvious to me that the priority of the cannibal AI at least, especially the chiefs and their big clubs, is to focus on destroying walls and structures rather than finding a way in via my carefully constructed offset and crab claw gates. Even when I tried to tempt in a cannibal chief through some offset gates, the AI couldn't seem to work out how to get in. Locks have also now been patched into Sons of the Forest, and it's worth noting that you can lock the door to your lookout tower as well as to your base. Keep a second, smaller base near your home base to retreat to when things get a bit too spicy. Your main base will get more attention than your orbit one, so fleeing there to wait for things to cool down is worth considering. I'd recommend setting up a zipline between the two so you don't distract those things attacking by running across the ground past them. You can keep crafting ingredients at your secondary retreat, so you can busy yourself with something useful while the nasties exhaust themselves. There you go, those are the building tips that will help your base survive just that little bit longer in Sons of the Forest. How are you finding Sons of the Forest so far, and is there anything you'd want to see a video on? Let me know in the comments below. I'm thinking a lore video on Virginia Puffton and why she's not fully mutated and still retains her intelligence when everyone else is just gone. I'm currently working on a video about the cannibals, their AI and how to defend yourself against them, so if you're interested in our intestine and viscera fond friends, then make sure to subscribe to Eurogamer. Please make sure you're being nice to Virginia, by the way, or I will hunt you down and make you pay for it. Anyway, if you've made it this far, thanks so much for watching, and make sure you subscribe to Eurogamer and like this video for more Sons of the Forest videos from yours truly, Zoe Delahunty-Light, as we have a new video out almost every single day. Now, I'm going to go and admire my flock of birds adorning my skull lamps to my ice base, so I'll see you lot next time.